You can do this in any space. You don't need it to be out, but it's good to have an area where you can stretch your arms fully. Now let's just start with stretching arms way up to the sky and back down. Way up to the sky and back down. Make sure to take full breaths in and out. And out. And now you can stretch each arm individually in a complete circle. One and two. Let's loosen our shoulders by moving them forward and then back. Let's loosen up our legs a little. First the toes, then the ankle, toes, and then the ankle. Might want to loosen up your hips a little. Go very slowly to the maximum that you can. You might want to start with going left and right, then making a circle clockwise and anti-clockwise, both directions. If you notice that you're stiff in certain areas, just pay attention to it. As you do more, you'll notice that it gets loose. Alright, can do a turn or two if you would like. And now we're going to start. Arms forward, go on your toes, arms up and down and up on your toes, down, up, legs flat this time, reach all the way down. It's fine if you can't touch your toes. Now let your arms glide to your knees and look forward. And now lift your arms up while taking your left foot forward. You can stay here if you like for some time. Breathe in. Don't forget about your breathing. And now you put your right hand in line with your left foot. Look forward. Now, using your left hand, make a circle, semicircle. The rest of your body stays straight. Do this 3 to 5 times. And now, holding your right hand down, use your left hand to grab your right foot. This may not be very easy at the start, but as time goes on, you'll be able to do this. Focus on your breathing. Now, you can stretch out your hips if you like by letting your left foot just bend a little. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. I'm going to start with 5 of these semicircles. If you have stiff shoulders, you'll feel it being a bit tight here when your arms up. You can just go as far as you can without pain and stay there. Now we grab our left foot like we did earlier. Alright, that's perfect. Now we're going to go flat. You're going to lie flat on the ground. Your forehead, knees, hips should be touching the ground. Alright, now we're going to do something called the Superman. Imagine your Superman flying and gradually lift your arms, your palms specifically, and your feet. You can try and do this slowly as well as fast if you'd like. See what works easier for you. Awesome. Now let's go up. Your legs should be relaxed down here. You should feel your hips getting used a little bit, but you want to make sure that they relax and your upper back gets stretched. And back down slowly. Let's go up again. You can try and stay here for 15 seconds. Taking 3 big deep breaths. And go back down. Now we're going to take your feet, your right foot in your right hand, left foot in your left hand, and try and go up if you can. Just go as far as you can without pain. You might have to go down to take a breath and then go back up. Alright. Now we're going to go down here. So you have your legs and you have your arms out front. You're going to feel this a lot at the base of the back of your neck. Just let that relax. Try not to put too much pressure on it. If you've got a tight lower back, you're probably going to notice that if you push a little, that your lower back gets stretched a little. Don't push into pain, just stay near maximum you can without being in pain. Alright, and now we come back to here. We're going to slowly look up with our spine inward and then look down as our spine rolls. Gradually roll your back. If you can, try and feel each vertebrae move one at a time. It's okay if you can't, but try and do this as slow and as controlled as you can. If you do it slow, be sure to focus on your breath when you're doing it. Alright. Now that we're here, we'll take our right hand up along with our left foot and stretch the right hand out as we stretch the left foot back. Then you bring the right elbow to the left knee without either touching the ground. Slowly, while having control. I'm going to do this on the other side. If your hamstrings are tight, you'll notice that moving your foot loosens it out. Now we're going to go to the downward dog. Go on your toes and on your palms. When you're just getting started, you'll notice that it's not possible to stay with your feet flat on the ground. Even after all this time, I still struggle to get my feet completely on the ground all the time. So just go as far as you can and try and push your feet more on the ground using your hands. That's great. Don't forget to focus on your breathing here. Breathe in. Amazing. Now, keeping your left foot down, take your right foot straight up, like it's in line to where it was on the ground. And bring it back. Now take the left foot the same way and bring it back. Now take your right foot and put it down, bent, such that your right foot almost touches your left knee. This should be forward. If you find this a bit hard, you can do it on the side and then gradually bring it forward as time goes on. You can start having it like this, and then as time goes on, have it more forward. Take a couple of deep breaths over here and then go down. Try and go completely on the ground if you can. Now come back up, and when you're here, take your right hand and grab your left foot. Now let it go. Now we're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. Left knee down, left foot right next to the right knee. You'll feel that your glutes or your hips get, if you're doing it for the first time, you'll feel them loosen a lot. You'll feel that they are very tight. Just go until you don't stretch into pain. Go to the maximum you can without pain. Now go down. Come up. Now we're going to use our left hand to hold our right foot. And now we put it down. Now we have both our palms on the ground. We're going to go back into the downward dog. This is a very useful position to come back to and try and stay for a long time, because no matter how long you've been doing yoga, you'll notice that there's always some version of making it better. For example, my legs are tight, so I do this motion called flossing, which is where you move your legs just to the point that you can. Try and stretch them a little more than you think you can, and then come back. So now we're gonna keep one foot on the ground. We can bring it closer to the middle if you like. Put the other foot and turn. Alright. Should try and stay here for a couple of seconds. And come back down and do it on the other side. Alright. Now you bring both your legs forward, and we're gonna do a bit more of what I just mentioned with the flossing, which is you take your arms to as far as you can to your legs and do elephant walks, which is a kind of stretch where your left leg goes back as your right arm goes down, and you just do this as far as you can. I've been doing this for a while, so I can usually put my arms, my all my knuckles down as I do this. You'll notice that once you've done this for about 3 seconds, you automatically get looser, which is if you haven't touched your toes in a very long time, you might actually be able to touch them just by doing this. And now hold your arms on your head, just hang here. Alright, I like stretching my ankles a little in between the main things. Now we did all the things where we are facing forward, and now we're going to do the things where we're facing the sky. Right foot forward, now we're going to go down, lie flat on the ground, arms on the side, look up to the sky or the ceiling. Now we're going to try and ground yourself onto the ground. Imagine that you want your palms and your elbows to both touch the ground in this position, and your shoulders. So, keeping this grounding, lift your left leg, bring your right arm to it, and turn yourself, keeping the rest of your body grounded. So your arm doesn't leave the ground. You look towards the arm that's still on the ground, and you stretch. Breathe in here. Your hips don't, your right hip is still touching the ground. It doesn't leave it completely. Right? Gonna do it on the other side. I think you'll be able to see it a bit more clearly on this side. Look towards your palm. Excellent. Now we're going to get our legs up and gradually bring one down and then the other. Your head can come off the ground like you are doing crunches, but it's not necessary. If you can even have it completely on the ground. And now we're going to switch over to tiny twisting crunches. Alright, that's great. Now just to loosen up our pelvis a little, we're going to do hip thrusts that are very controlled. But when you go to the top, make sure that you tighten and control your glutes. Excellent. Now there's a position which has helped me a lot over the years, and it's called a happy baby. You notice that when you hold yourself like this, your lower back, you can roll, and you notice that you get a very loose feeling in your lower back as you do this. You can also hold your legs up, holding your feet on the inside, and roll again. Now we're going to try something which isn't that easy, but you hold your legs in the same position and you come up. This took me a very long time to get the hang of. And then you try rolling back, rolling forward. Alright, this isn't that easy, I know, but I still think you should try it and then get a better hang of it over time. So now, we're going to do a few positions while we're down here. We'll start off by doing by having our legs straight. Alright, we'll start with our legs straight. We lift our left foot, bring it to the right side of our right knee, and we place our right elbow on the left knee. Now we repeat this on the other side. Now, as we have our legs in the front, we'll use this opportunity to take them a bit to the side and just let our body go as forward as we possibly can. Alright, now we're going to do something that helps a lot with our knee health. We put our feet down, bend our knees, and then we're going to lie down on our knees. This is a bit difficult if the ground is very hard, but gradually go down. And just rest down here, taking deep breaths. If you want, you can take your arms above your head and stretch them. When you do this for the first time, you might get a stress reaction of feeling trapped, but just relax. And you roll to the side to come out of it. Alright. Now we're going to stretch your lower back a little. Sit upright. Put your left hand on the ground and bring the right arm up while having the lower body stay static. Both your hips are touching the ground. Your lower body doesn't move with this. You're just stretching your lower back and your spine without moving the lower body. Alright, another time. Now on this side. Alright, that's great. I'm just gonna do 2 twists upright, arms like you're gonna punch, and twist and stay. And twist and stay. Now again, twist and stay, and twist and stay. Excellent. Now we're going to do the last part of the workout, which is where we're standing. This part requires a little bit of balance, but as you're probably going to see, my balance isn't that great despite doing it so many times, and it's alright to fall multiple times when you're doing what we're going to do. So we start out by having our left foot in the forward, roll our ankles. Now we're going to lift the leg to about our hip height. Now while keeping it in the air, we let it go all the way to the back. Okay, now again, not putting it on the ground, we now hold the left foot with the right hand and hold it forward. We try to get our leg as straight as possible. It's not always possible to get your leg completely straight. It's fine to be bent if you can't get it straight. Some people can do this facing the left hand side. I personally prefer to face forward, but you can face wherever you like. As you just noticed, my balance isn't great. So when you can't do it, it's okay to pause, take a break, and then try again. It might help to bend the right leg. Now we switch to the back and switch hands in the process. Like I said, this is a little bit hard no matter how much you've done it. So now we switch again to the having the leg in the front, holding it with both hands this time, and rolling the ankle. And then we finish it off by taking the foot and placing it on the thigh. When you're starting out, you can put your foot on your knee. It makes the balance a little bit easier, and then you can gradually go up to your thigh. Alright, now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Leg up in the air. When you're here, remember to take deep breaths. Don't be that worried about falling. It's not a big deal if you put your leg down and you continue this motion from wherever you just stopped. As you've seen in this video, you notice that I find it easier to do it on one side than the other. That's the case with many things with yoga. You'll notice that certain motions come very easy, while you actually have to put in a lot of time for others, and some parts of your body are easier than others. And with most things, you just got to give it time, try it again and again, and then gradually it all becomes easier.